Hello, our unit is 5.2 from Speak Out Pre-Intermediate Students book and it's called Travel Tips. So we will have grammar, verb patterns, we are going to have a new vocabulary, travel items, and we will learn how to talk about travel. The first one is vocabulary, and we have some words in exercise 2a. So look at the words in the box and choose two things for travelers 1 to 3 below. So suitcase, notebook, digital camera, souvenirs, waterproof clothes, dictionary, walking boots, sun hat, rucksack, money belt, binoculars, map, umbrella. And we will have the first one. A grandmother visit her grandchildren in Australia. So, what two things we can choose? So, we can choose suitcase, digital camera, or we can use sun hat, souvenirs. The second one, a student traveling around the world. So for the student, we can choose notebook, waterproof clothes, walking boots, rucksack, and money belt. A tourist visiting the sites in New York, we can choose suitcase, notebook, digital camera, map, and binoculars. So listen and repeat the words. We will do it later. And now let's open vocabulary. Photo bank. Travel items. Let's see what we have here. Exercise 1. Match photos A to R to the travel items. And we have alarm clock, aspirin, binoculars, dictionary, digital camera, first aid kit, map, money belt, notebook, rucksack, soap, souvenirs, suitcase, sun hat, travel guide, umbrella, walking boots, waterproof clothes. So let's find the first one, alarm clock. It is M. This is alarm clock. Aspirin. O. This is aspirin. Binoculars. H. Binoculars. Dictionary. K. This is dictionary. Digital camera. C. This is. First aid kit. P. This is first aid. 7. Map. L. This is map. Money belt number 8. This is I. Money belt. Notebook. This is B. Number 10. Rucksack. J. Soap. 11th. Q. This is soap. Soap. Then souvenirs. Souvenirs is D. Suitcase. A. This is suitcase. Sun hat. G. Travel guide. Let's see what is travel guide. R. This is travel guide. Umbrella. M. Walking boots. F. And waterproof clothes. E. Now let's go back to our main lesson. Exercise 3a. Read the introduction to a radio program. Which of the items in exercise 2a do you think the traveler will mention? So let's listen.
Three. 1. These days we always expect to hear English in tourist areas. Most people working in tourism speak it, but I always want to talk to local people, and many of them don't speak English. So I try to learn a few words of the language, especially please and thank you, and I always take a small dictionary. 2.
I love walking when I go on holiday because I think, what if you see more? So I always take a really good pair of walking boots.
3. I think a good digital camera is important when you travel. I always seem to take hundreds and hundreds of photos. And I also take binoculars. 4.
When I'm not travelling for work, I usually choose to go to a warm place for my holidays, so I always take a sun hat. But when I go somewhere during the winter or rainy season, I always take waterproof clothes.
5. I think it's a good idea to buy a really good suitcase, and when you pack, leave enough space for souvenirs. On the other hand, I enjoy traveling in wild places, so quite often I take a rucksack, not a suitcase. If you decide to go walking, a rucksack is much easier to carry. 6.
It's best to avoid carrying too much money because you don't want to look like a rich tourist. Because of this, I always take a money belt on holiday.
7. I need to write things down to remember them, so I take a notebook and pen.
Okay, now let's look to the exercise. The first one is, which of the items in exercise 2A do you think the traveler will mention? So, what do experienced traveler take on holiday? The holiday show asks the experts to name one thing they always take on holiday. So, what can be used? Going on holiday, we can take a dictionary or walking boots or digital camera, binoculars, sun hat, waterproof clothes, suitcase, and a lot of other things. So we listen to a piece of conversation. And now let's add here. Work in peace and complete the notes. I tried to learn a few words of the language. Is number one. The second, I love walking. Number three, I take a lot of photos. Number four, I usually spend my holidays in a warm place. I sometimes travel in wild places. I don't carry too much money. I write things down because I like to remember them. So, the first we add a few words of the language, the second walking, the third photos, the fourth a warm place, the fifth wild, the sixth money, and the seventh remember. So, the next piece, next part of our lesson is verb pattern grammar. Look at the sentence 1 to 9 below and underline the verb plus verb combination. So the first one, we always expect to hear English. It is underlined, expect to hear. Here we use the verb plus verb combination. The first verb is expect, the second is to hear. I always want to talk to local people. In the second, want to talk. The third, I love walking when I go on holiday. Love walking. Now, number 4. Let's read. I always seem to take hundreds and hundreds of photos. So, the verb and verb combination is seem to take. Number 5. I usually choose to go to a warm place. Here, the verb plus verb combination is choose to go. 6. I enjoy traveling in wild places. Here we choose traveling, enjoy traveling. So, sorry, the verb plus verb combination, enjoy plus traveling. Number 7. If you decide to go walking, a rucksack is easier to carry. Here, decide to go, the verb and the verb combination. It's best to avoid carrying too much things. In this sentence, we choose avoid carrying. And the last one, I need to write things down. And here we choose need to write. So as you see, there are different constructions, and after different verbs we use different, the other verb is in different construction, so it can be infinitive with to, like here, to hear, to talk, and it can be a verb plus ing, like walking, and here we have traveling, and so on. So let's first go back to 5a. We have already read it. And after that, take B. Complete the table below with the verbs in the box. Here we have the following verbs: expect, want, seem, choose, enjoy, decide, avoid, and need. So we should divide these verbs to the first part, verb plus ing, and the second, verb plus infinitive with to. So to the first one, we will take, let's see, enjoy, it will be in the first part, avoid, it will be here. The next one, want, we will add to the second column, see to the second column, choose to the second column, decide to the second column, and need, which will add to the verb plus infinitive with to. So the next we have add the verbs in the box below to the table above. Which two verbs can go in both columns? Let's see. So the first one, hope, we will put it in the verb plus infinitive with to here. Finish, we will put it with verb plus ing in the first column. After that, imagine, we will put it to verb plus ing. Then we have hate, it will be added to verb plus ing. Then we have love, it could be added to verb plus ing and verb plus infinitive with to, so it goes to both column. After that we have hate, we will add to verb plus infinitive with to. Would like, we will add to verb plus infinitive with to. And the last love we have already mentioned that it could be added to the both of them. So if we look again to the following words like hope, finish, imagine, hate, would like, and love, two words that can be added to both columns is love, as we have already mentioned, and hate. So we can say hate with the word that has ing, and with the word that is in infinitive with to. Let's go to our grammar part. So, verb patterns. Sometimes we use two verbs together. For example, in this sentence, I love playing football. As you see, love is a verb and playing is also a verb with ing. After some verbs, put the second verb in the infinitive with to. For example, she decided to go to Mexico. Here, after decided, we use infinitive with to. It's infinitive of the verb to go. Then, we need to make a phone call. Again, need is the first verb, and to make the infinitive construction of the second. After some verbs, we use the ing form. For example, I enjoy running. So after enjoy, we use run plus ing. They avoided traveling by bus. Here, after avoided, we use travel plus ing. So some common verb patterns, verb plus ing. So after the words enjoy, finish, avoid, imagine, stop, like, don't mind, and spend, the next word should have ing ending. The next, verb plus infinitive with to. After the verbs choose, hope, expect, would like, decide, seem, want, need, help, and promise, we use the next word with infinitive with to. Many verbs that show preference, things that we like or don't like, are followed by ing. For example, the verbs that show preferences like, enjoy, don't mind. After that, we use ing construction. After them verbs, it's possible to use the ing form or the infinitive with to. Example, love and hate. I love dancing. We can say it in the other way. I love to dance. I hate getting up early. In another way, we can say I hate to get up early. So in the first option, we have ing, and in the second, infinitive with to. There is a little change in meaning also. Now we go back and we have practice part. Exercise 6. Cross out the verb combination that is not possible in each sentence. So the first one, I hope, enjoy, expect to get a free plane ticket. Here, enjoy is crossed. The second, I want, would like, imagine to visit Australia. Here we should cross imagine because after imagine we should use visiting. She loves, avoids, needs, traveling. Here we will cross needs because after needs we must use to travel. Where did you like, decide, choose to go on your next holiday? Here we will cross like, this one. Where did you decide or choose to go on your next holiday? We cross like because after like we should use going. They hate, want, love, working with tourists. Here we cross want. Because after hate and love we can use working or walking. Here is working with ing ending. He doesn't seem, need, enjoy to know this area well. In this sentence we will cross enjoy. Because we have to know the verb with infinitive with to, and after enjoy we should use knowing. Then, do you like, expect, love going to different countries? Here we will cross expect because after expect we should use to go. Why did you avoid, decide, hope to become a travel writer? Here we will cross avoid because after avoid we should have becoming. The next one, 7a. Let's see, what can we do in this sentence? Complete the sentence, make them true for you. The next word must be either the infinitive with to or the ing form of the verb. When I travel, I always avoid, for example, unknown places or strange places. Or I can say I always avoid going to crowded places. I hate, for example, I hate polluted cities, or I hate traveling by car, or I hate to travel by car. In this case, we can use both construction with ing and with to. I love to go sightseeing, or I love going sightseeing. On my last holiday, I chose to go to the village, for example. I decided to visit a faraway island, for example. I enjoyed going to the village or staying in the village. For my next holiday, I want to visit Greece. I hope to visit Greece one day. I would like to visit Greece in future. So the next exercise, writing using sequences. And we have exercise 9a, work in pairs, read an email describing a trip and discuss what were the good, bad things about the trip. So, hi Mohammed, I have just got back from my trip to Southern Africa. It was great. First we flew to Lesotho from Johannesburg. Then we took a boat down the river for 2 weeks. We saw lots of interesting animals and plants. After a while, it started raining heavily, so I'm glad I had my waterproof clothes. After that, we went to Cape Town for a week to recover. Finally, we caught the plane back home. I loved the trip, but I got tired of living out of a rucksack. Speak soon, love, Celine. So, what good things were in this traveling? Good things were that they were traveling, they took a boat down the river for 2 weeks. The second, they saw lots of interesting animals and plants. They stayed for a week in the Cape Town. They had a good experience. What bad things were there? It was heavy rain. It started raining heavily. And living out of rucksack, it means that you packed all your things in a small suitcase or rucksack, and you travel from place to place and stayed there not very long time, just a brief visit of a place. It means that you live out of a rucksack or you live out of a suitcase. So we have already done all our exercises, and the last one is underline five words, phrases that help us to understand the order of events. The first one has done for you, so the first is underlined, it first. The next one will be then, after that, after a while, and the last, finally. So these words help us. They are words that link the sentences with each other, and they help us to understand the order of events. So first, then, after a while, and finally. After that, we also have after that. So first, then, after a while, after that, and finally. So the lesson is over. We have already had all the material that we have in this unit. See you next time.